Welcome back to Teach Yourself Tarot. This video will tell you everything you need to know about the Hierophant. I'll take you through the traditional symbolism of the card, an overview of the card meaning, and keywords and correspondences. Then I'll take a look at the Hierophant in the past, present and future positions, the Hierophant in a love reading, the Hierophant in a business and career reading, and finally, the Hierophant in reverse. All of these sections will be time-stamped in the description, so you can jump back and forth to the sections that you require at any given time. The Hierophant is the masculine counterpart to the High Priestess. He is also known as the Pope or the Teacher in other tarot decks. The Hierophant is a religious figure sitting between two pillars of a sacred temple, though his temple differs from the one in which the High Priestess sits. He wears three robes, red, blue and white, and a three-tiered crown, both representing the three worlds over which he rules: the conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious. In his left hand he holds the papal cross, a triple scepter that signifies his religious status. He raises his right hand in a religious blessing, with two fingers pointing towards heaven and two towards earth. Before him kneel two followers. The Hierophant's task is to pass down his spiritual wisdom and initiate the two into the church so they can take up their appointed roles. This imagery speaks to a shared group identity and a rite of passage to enter the next level. The crossed keys at the Hierophant's feet represent the balance between the conscious and subconscious minds and the unlocking of mysteries which only he can teach. This is a card very much about spirituality, everything from traditional religion to earth-centered spirituality and any other spiritual notion that you can conceive of. There may be a tension between your ideas of spirituality and the right thing, and the ideas of the other people around you. Stand up for your own beliefs. The rules and the system of doing things are probably playing a major role right now. Rituals of any sort will be helpful to you, even if it's just seeing a movie with friends every third Saturday, for example. Upright keywords for the Hierophant are spiritual wisdom, religious beliefs, conformity, tradition and institutions. Reversed keywords for the Hierophant would be personal beliefs, freedom, and challenging the status quo. The Hierophant can also represent the zodiac sign of Taurus. A tarot reading is divided into three sections: your past, your present, and your future. A card's meaning can change depending on the location it lands in your spread. When the Hierophant lands in the past position, this indicates a structured belief system and a strong sense of cultural identity in your past. Perhaps you were raised among an ethnic group that stuck together. Maybe your early life saw much interaction in a religious setting. In the present position, the Hierophant represents you following a new belief system. Perhaps you are volunteering for a political cause or attending religious services regularly after years of not doing so. The loss of some individuality in your life may be offset by the great feeling of being part of something much bigger than yourself. Sticking to a new diet or workout routine is a manifestation of the conformity of the Hierophant card that is also self-improvement. The Hierophant card in the future position is a powerful placement. Here, the card reveals a strong pull towards an individual who will explain the meaning of life to you, as well as your role in it. This might be a good affiliation for you to make, or it could be a detrimental affair, depending on just whom this person is. The Hierophant is not inherently a good or an evil card. It is a card of wisdom beyond the personal. For love readings which look encouraging, the Hierophant is a symbol of union. If you're looking to marry your partner, then receiving this card is a very good sign. However, the catch is that it can predict that you will need to adopt your partner's way of doing things, especially if they are particularly traditional or culture orientated. If you're wondering what a potential partner is feeling towards you, the Hierophant reassures you that they have good intentions, but not necessarily romantic ones, at least not just yet. If you're already partnered or married, then the Hierophant's interpretation can be a bit more sinister. Usually this means that you and your partner will have to visit a priest or perhaps a relationship counselor in order to make your marriage work. In a love reading that appears to be overly negative, this card can represent the involvement of someone else in your relationship. This person may be giving you or your partner advice that should not be taken. The advisor doesn't necessarily have bad intentions, but they don't have the right knowledge or experience to be dishing out their opinions on your relationship. In a career or business reading, the Hierophant has potentially two major meanings. The first symbolizes advice. The Hierophant in this case represents someone who has been through every business situation possible, and you can go to them and get solid tips and tricks for how to make your company or your career flourish. Sometimes this can be in the form of coaching or mentoring, but it can also be through coursework, workshops and seminars. Alternatively, the Hierophant can advise you that you need to look to the past for inspiration. While many of the other cards recommend a fresh approach, this card wants you to play it traditional. How can you bring the past into your business? Can you make vintage cool? Tradition may be the next big thing in your industry. In its most positive form, the reversed Hierophant reminds you that you are your own teacher. All the wisdoms that you seek come from within, not from some external source or power, and you are being guided to follow your own path and adopt your own spiritual belief systems rather than blindly following others. It may feel unsettling at first as you make your own way, but over time you will learn to trust yourself and tap into your inner knowledge. Others may question your motivations to go against tradition, but you know deep within that now is the time. With the reversed Hierophant, you no longer need external approval to succeed. You are ready to go it alone and do it your own way, even if that means going against convention. Give yourself permission to trust your inner guidance system as you create your own path forward.